Okay, so I decided, push my thing back so you can see everything. Cool. Okay, I decided to go ahead and do a video for you so you can watch it as many times as you need to, fast forward it, wind it, whatever you want to do, be able to watch it multiple times, and I think you'll get more out of it that way. So last time we were together, we talked about classifiers. Remember, these are the handshapes that don't necessarily mean anything. They're just kind of a general idea of something. Like this would be a classifier for car or any sort of form of transportation. So motorcycle, a car, a bus, a bike, all of these things can be represented by this, and that shows the action. And so we'll be talking about how those apply next week, but I just wanted to review classifiers that. So this can always be a person. They can be walking, they can be running, they can be jumping, they can be rolling. So it's just this represent a person. So you can say this is you and I'm sad, or I'm walking, or I'm walking. Like it just depends. Okay. So remember, agent is this sign or this sign put after anything. So for example, teacher, student, interpreter, that type of thing is an agent. Okay. So now this week we're going to focus on different activities and things you like to do. And so if there's an activity in this that I did not show you, write a list of things that you like. And so then I can go ahead and send you an extra supplementary video of the ones that you would like to know. And we can talk about them more next week. So the first activity, like these are just activities that are fun or interesting. And so I'll go ahead and show you. So swimming, what do you think swimming would be? Swimming. A lot of the activities look like exactly what they are. So swimming. Okay, so dancing, I showed you dancing or dancing. You can just show what dancing looks like. Say, I like to dance or dance. Okay, exercise is pretty interesting because it looks like lifting weights, but it's exercise. Exercise, I like to exercise. Exercise. Okay, so photography or taking pictures. Photography, interesting, it looks just like what it is, photography. Okay. Let's see, reading. So this will be your book, these will be your eyes, and you're looking down the page. So this is the sign for reading. So depending on, I just wanted to show you what it looks like, but the formal sign is a read, to read. So books, I read. Or signs, I read, or whatever. Yeah, so reading. Sign language, that's another one. So we have sign language, sign language. So I'll take a brief pause to explain the difference in sign language. So there are people who sign who are able to communicate fairly well but aren't fluent, and they sign. Okay, so there are people who are extremely fluent and can talk on a native level with all deaf people, well, all deaf people, most deaf people in America, and they're able to sign. So this is the difference between like conversational sign language and fluent sign. So sign, sign, sign. So for you, you sign, I sign. It's different, okay? So I just wanted to show you that difference. So sign language. What else? Okay, watching TV. So TV is just TV, and you have a couple of signs for watch. So you can watch. This is something where you are, let me just explain the difference between the watching. So this is like something that you would do, like you're watching a movie, watching TV, watching a game. It's just you're sitting there watching it. There's no interaction to it. You're just watching. Or in Texas, we have watching, which is like, which shows, this one I don't like because it kind of hurts my wrist, so I do watch. But this is more like you're watching, you're like, oh. So something like, almost like a really awesome movie or some sort of something where you're like really enthralled, you're just, so it's watch. But anyway, but a general sign is watch, to watch. Now, if you're watching something like watching a kettle, watching a child, watching something very intently, it's like, remember the eye hand shape? You're just watching. So like, for example, if like someone's pregnant and you're watching them to see when they're due, like just you're watching. And so watch. That's it. Yeah. So it just depends on the context. All of them are interchangeable if you want to, but some of them have more specific signs. Like this would be more to do with watching something of entertainment or show or something like that. And this would be more like paying attention to something, if that makes sense. So watching TV or watching TV, it just depends. What else? Playing. Play. That's also a sign for party. So I'm going to party. So the idea, the root sign for that is to play. In most parties you play, have fun. So play and party. So laugh, there's multiple signs for laugh. So if you're like, oh, that's funny, ha ha ha, you're laughing, like Elle's laughing. Oh, ha 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 ha. Oh, that's funny. If you're kind of laughing with just like, you're laughing. So that's funny, or laughing. Then if you're belly laughing, you are laughing. It's like the top part of your body and the bottom part of your body are moving opposite directions because you're laughing so hard. So it's just laughing. So that's like a belly laugh. That's just, so you're like, oh, that's funny, or it's kind of funny, or oh my gosh. Anyway, that's the different types of laughs. So to draw or to paint. So drawing is the same sign as art in general. So it's this, like almost like it's a little pencil. This is your paper and you're drawing. So art, A-R-T, is the same sign. So art and draw are the same thing. So it just depends on which one you want to do. So if you say, that woman, it's not going to say, that woman is art or something like that. That woman is art. No, I'm drawing that woman. So anyway, what else? To paint, depends on what kind of painting. If you're doing a big canvas, or a house or whatever, you're going to do like a forehand shape or a B, I guess, and you're going to paint something. That's your big, that makes sense because you got the big hand. So it's paint. But if you're painting like a small picture, or you're painting like your nails, or painting something small, you're going to paint. So it just depends on how big it is. So paint or paint. Let's see. To joke, it's the X hand shape and an X hand shape. So the non-dominant hand goes down, the dominant hand moves. So to joke or to tease. So that's joke. So if I tell a joke and you laugh, means it's not really funny. So a joke and you, cool, yeah, that's not as awesome. So what else? Things other people like to do: read, watch TV, play games. Oh, games. So the sign for game is this. It's two 10-hand shapes going against each other. So play a game. So play. If there's other activities you think of, just let me know, and we can go ahead and add them to the list. But right now I'm blank and I can't think of what to do. So just let me know. Just send me a list. Okay. Now we're moving on to something different. That will be like the reactions, or what I call exclamations. So from here, I'm going to have you talk about things you like to do and what you like about them or don't like about them, or if they're cool or if they're not. You're going to give them a rating system. And so this is what they call exclamation. So that would be like, cool. Oh, that's cool. So there's multiple signs for cool. I think there's 3 if I can. And again, different context. So this is a 5-hand shape, and you're going to put it like right in the middle of your chest or your bra or your boobs or whatever, and you're going to do this. That's cool. Like, that is cool. That's kind of what, like, oh, yeah, that's cool. Like, that person is cool. So, and then you have, oh, cool, like, neat, nice. And it's going to be this hand shape, like you're pinching something, but you're going to go to your cheek and you're going to turn forward. So, cool. And then you can just spell cool if you want to. Cool. So like if someone told me a story about something really interesting, then I'd be like, cool, interesting, amazing, or cool, yeah. Or, oh my god, that is amazing. That's cool. Okay. So the sign for fun, it is 2 H's. Your non-dominant is going to be the base, and you're start from your nose. Fun. So that is just a sign for general fun. Funny is if you like brush your nose. Funny. So fun, funny, tons of fun. Like, that's amazing. That's tons of fun. Tons of fun. Tons of fun. Fun, funny, tons of fun. Cool. All right, awesome. Like, there's a sign for just general awesome. So it's like you're raising the wall. Awesome, awesome. So if something is like amazingly awesome, like, oh, that is so awesome, you're gonna go almost like your eyes are going, oh my God, oh my God. So that's more like amazing, but you can be like awesome. But it's more like a sense of awe, okay? So wow is so many different things. You can W-O-W, wow, or wow, or wow. Just remember, 2/3 of the message is on your face. So you can use these signs, but you can also just add inflection like wow. But this is a common like whoa, awesome, that's amazing, wow. Okay, to love something is to love it. I love. So that, but then there's like a step above love, like that is the bee's knees. That is the one that I give it. They call it fist kiss, but that is like, I love it. Like blueberries, yes, love. Okay. So to like something, it's like you're pulling a string from your chest. It's white is the whole hand, like is with the 25 hand. So like, I like to dance. I like to eat. So if, remember I told you if you do the opposite of a movement, it makes it the opposite word. So like, and then don't like. So you're throwing it away. Don't like, don't like, don't like. Like, don't like. Like, don't like. Okay? So to hate something, those two signs, it's just like, ugh, I hate that. So it's just like you're flicking things off, like, I hate that. So again, it's 25 hands, but you're flicking them. Hate that. Now, if you despise something, it is this hand shape, the 5, and the thumb is coming from your chin. It's like, I hate that. Like, we have throw up that comes from your mouth, but from your chin, it's hate that. Like, ugh, hate it. So that's just to despise something. So something that is interesting. That's interesting. There's 2 types. One is more masculine, one's more feminine. So for interesting, the more feminine way is with the 25 hands again. So you're going to pull from your nose and your chest at the same time. It's like, oh, that's interesting. You'll see people just use one hand. Interesting, interesting. So that's a more feminine way to do it. Now more masculine is with your bent L's. So it's interesting or just interesting. So you pick whichever one you like. There's 4 variations. Interesting, interesting. Then we have interesting, interesting. So just pick your favorite and use that. I typically sign interesting. Okay. So, something that is fascinating, like, woo, I'm so drawn into that. Like I am, it's like, I don't know how to associate, but like imagine your interest is there and your eyes are just drawn to it. That is to be fascinated, or mesmerized by something, or enamored. So it can be a person, or an activity, or food, or a subject you can be fascinated by. So those are all different exclamations on these different activities. So at the end, I'll sign a couple of sentences or ask you to sign a couple of sentences, and you will be able to know the difference. Okay. Now, this is kind of off topic, but these are just very common words that need, there's some words that I come up with and I feel like they're very common. They need to be taught. And so to think something, or I think that's right, it's just the one hand shape to your head. So I think I like to run. I think I love to eat. I think you are a cool person. That type of thing, I think. But to know something is with, again, the B hand shape. Actually, I guess it's the 5, bent 5. So to know something, like you know it. Thinking is not real clear, but when you know something, the whole hand shape is going to be like, it's going to be bigger. So you'll notice that when something is kind of, it's going to be a smaller hand shape, or if it's smaller, it's going to be a smaller hand shape. But if it's bigger, or if it's something that is possessive or mine, it's going to be a bigger hand shape. So think, no. Okay. Do you know, okay, so this hand shape, depending on facial expression, you can change it to so many things. It's like, I know. Or did you know that? Or do you know what's going on? Or did you know? Like that type of thing. So this, depending on facial expression, changes the meaning of it. So did you know that? Like, oh my God, did you know that? Or did you know, like, so you're going to take the same hand shape, but you're going to go down. So did you know that I'm an interpreter? Like, hello, did you know? Like, it's one of those things like trying to get someone's attention. Like, this is a sign to get someone's attention or get someone's attention. Like how you would, like, hey. So that is more of attention grabbing. Like, did you know that I'm working today? Did you know? Anyway. Okay. So from there, let's talk about to forget something. Okay, there's multiple types of forgetting. This is the general forget. Like you're wiping your head clean of all of the information. Forget. So then there's another form of forgetting that's just like, there's nothing there. I completely forgot. So that'll be like the 25 hand shape again. This is a hand shape that will pop up a lot. They use it often. So this, remember I said this is a sign for empty of something. So this is naked. This is bald. Like your heart is empty. Yeah, anything. Wherever is something is empty or devoid, you're going to go ahead and use the hand shape. So this means what? Yeah, completely blank. So forget. So forget and forget. And to lose your train of thought, or, well, to have a thought suddenly and to lose it suddenly. So we have a thought that comes up. Oh, I just remembered, or oh, I just thought about something. So if you lost your train of thought, what do you think it would be if you do the opposite again? Boom. So just remembered, something came to mind, or I just lost my train of thought. Like see, it came and it went. Same signs, it's just different movements. So now to remember something, it is this hand shape, the thumbs. You're gonna go from your head down. I remember. So to put something in your brain for all time to remember forever this is the sign to write something down. So you're taking information and you're putting it on paper. So the same idea comes with when you're putting something in your brain that you want to remember, you are remembering it. Okay, so this sign or this sign, this is the general remember. This is like, I will not forget that. Okay, so now we're going to move on to time. Okay, so now time is pretty important because, especially when you're telling stories, because time tells the person watching your story or talking to you when it happened, whether it happened today, last week, last month, 2 minutes ago, recently, whatever. We have so many different ideas of time. I just remembered a word I need to. So you've seen the time of a long time ago. So that this, it can be this, it can be this, it can be this. Just the whole point is that behind you is past, on your body is present, in front of you is future. So whenever you're doing signs, your body movement will determine what you're doing along with this. So long time ago. Now we're back to the present of telling the story. Okay. So past, before, like this is just, oh, it happened before. Just anything behind me is just before. So either sign works, this. I typically sign a long time ago because that movement denotes like distance from whatever you're talking about. So in terms of time, this means over 100 years ago. So yeah, or this for me means it happened in the past, but it could be as recent as a month ago. So it already happened. So past, present would be the same sign as now, present. And again, present, like when showing time, it's going to be on your body. So now, on your body, present. So past, present, and then future. And again, this means what? Way in the future, or actually I've never seen somebody like future or future. So just depends on how the inflection you're wanting to give, whether it's way in the past or way in the future. Okay, so this, I was 2 years old. This was last month, okay? Or this is maybe next week, but this is 10 years in the future, okay? All right, so now we're going to talk about the time of day, all right? So each sign depends on this, which is going to be your horizon. So this is your non-dominant hand. For me, this is my left hand. I don't know if it's translating on the camera, but this is my left hand, and this is the horizon. So your right hand's going to denote the sun. So this is morning, because the sun has just gone over the horizon. But if you do this, that means it's before sunrise. So morning, noon, afternoon, night. Do you see how the sun moves as the day progresses? Yeah. So morning, noon, afternoon, night. Okay, so all day would be all day. So it just shows the whole entire movement of the sun. So all day, instead of doing morning, noon, afternoon, night, like a slow thing, you'll just all day. So I've been working all day. Wow. Alrighty. So we have now time, again with time. So time of the day, morning, noon, afternoon, night. Now when you're giving time, so for example, I go to work at 9 a.m. You'd put the morning because it's general, and then specific 9. So all of your time is going to come straight off of your wrist. So morning time 9 or morning 9. So either if you want to point to your watch or have your number bounce off your watch. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Bounce off your wrist and go. Or you can do time 1, time 2, time 3, time 4, time 5, time 6, that type of thing. But you have to give what specific time. So noon, you don't have to go noon time 12. That's too much. This is automatically the sign for noon. That means the sun is straight up, so it's 12 o'clock. Or if you wanted to do 12. So same for midnight. This, because this is noon, so this would be midnight. So the exact opposite. So I usually sign midnight and noon. That's what I typically sign. But if noon, up to you. Noon or noon. Now, if you said 10 a.m., morning, 10. 10 p.m., night, 10. Whatever you want to sign, okay? So now we'll have day. So again, your horizon, day. That's one day. So this is just a sign for day. Like, have a nice day. Okay. Now, suppose you say 3 days, 4 days, up until 9. You could do 1 through 9 this way. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 days, 6 day, 8, 9, okay? So, for example, I'm going to camp for 6 days. So, 6 days, you can sign that too. It's easier. Or just whatever's easier for you. Just understand that the point is clarity and comprehension. So, day 6. So I'm going to camp for 6 days. I'm going to camp for 6 days. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. Okay, so day, month. So imagine this is, I don't know what that is. That is the whole entire month, and you're going to do month. So this finger is going to, it's basically going to, they're going to touch nails and go down. So month. Again, the rule of 1 through 9 is going to be 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 9 months. And so for each one, when you get to 10, you go 10 months, 10 days, 10 years. But you can do what they call it conjunction. Yeah, I think it's a conjunction sign. Compound sign, there we go. Compound sign, where it's word together becomes one sign. So 6 days can become this. 5 years can become 5 years. Okay, I'll show you yours in a second. But 3 months can be 3 months, okay? Or you can sign it separate, 3 months. It's up to you. So, day, month, now year. It's going to show the revolution of a circle. Year. That is just a general sign for year. Year. So this is your dominant hand that does the movement. This is your non-dominant. So this is my left hand, right hand, and the right hand's going to go in front, a circle around and down. That's year. So if you wanted to do 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year, 6 year, that kind of thing. Okay? Now, weeks. Imagine this is your calendar and you have 4 weeks, okay? So you're going to assign week. And again, 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week, 5 week, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, up until 10 weeks, okay? So 1 through 9, you can sign the number, but when you get to 10, you have to do 10 and then whatever the sign is. Okay? Year. All right. Now we're going to do something for daily. I use this every day, like you shower every day. It's going to be, this is this hand shape, it's a 10, but this part of your hand is going to go down your jawline. The root sign of that is shaving, so daily, every day, daily, every day. Okay? Monthly would be, so remember I said that past, present, future. So if your body moves forward, that means you're moving forward in time. So that being said, this is monthly and you're going to move forward. So I go dancing every monthly. So you're moving forward in time. Okay, so I shower every day, means you're moving forward in time. Weekly, I go to the doctor every week. Or you can actually go down as well for weekly, every week. So because it's 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week, you're moving forward down the week. So you can do every week or every week, either or. Both of them are correct. Now every year, this is just interesting. So it's going to be this movement. You're going to have your same platform of the non-dominant, but you're going to do every year. So again, you can move downwards or forwards with time. It's very so. Every year or every year, okay? So you're just flicking. So you're just fast forwarding through the years. Every year. So now, last year, something that was, or last week, or yesterday, okay, there we go. We'll start days, months, years. So yesterday would be something that happened yesterday. So same hand shapes, but instead of this, we're going to do this. Yesterday. So again, you're going back on your face. Daily, you're going forward in time. Back, you're going, yesterday, you're going backwards in time. So yesterday, okay? Yesterday. Now, last month with past month. Last month, okay? Last week, so you have your calendar. So you're gonna go week and then back towards yourself. Last week, okay? Now last year, remember, next year is this, but last year is you're flicking backwards from the, so it's pretty easy. Once you get past, present, future, the movements make sense. So last year, okay? Last week, last month, last year. So now next year, so next year, all right, tomorrow. All right, tomorrow. So we have daily, yesterday, and tomorrow. Same hand shape. So you're gonna flick your cheek tomorrow towards the future, tomorrow. Tomorrow, okay. So next month, so you have your month, and you're gonna flip, flip. Next month. Okay, next week, you have your calendar, and you're in a week. Next week, okay? And next month, next year, again, next year. Or yearly, and then next year. Last year, okay, yearly, next year, last year. So again, just the movements are pretty clear, past, present, future. Now, again, so I'm getting married in 6 weeks. 6 weeks in the future? Okay, I started school last month. I graduated high school last year. I'm gonna go to college in 2 years. 2 years. So every year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. It's just the movement is pretty precise and interesting. Okay. So the sign for recently, that's a sign that's used a lot. So it's this hand shape, but you're gonna recently. So I cooked recently. Okay. So that's a pretty important. So hopefully this time made sense. If you have any questions, just let me know. So now we're going to talk about something. So remember I told you that time is past, present, future. So distance is pretty similar as well. We're going to talk about distance from things, whether something's like close or far or like forever away or whatever, distance. So it's, no, actually we're going to talk about mouth morphemes first. Because I showed my notes that I have it reversed. So mouth morphemes are what? Movements of your mouth that are not English based. So, for example, in talking about hair or body size or whatever, to talk about shape and size, it's the same idea with mouth morphemes. When something is really, really, like if a woman is really thin, it's because she's thin. Like it's like you're sucking on a straw. So the same. So mouth morphemes are super important when talking about size and shape, distance, length, that type of thing. So skinny, medium size, it's and if something is large, it's CHA, cha. So cha. So that woman, cha. Or that woman, that woman. Okay, so that's the size with mouth morphemes. Now with distance, if something is really, really close, like this wall is E means really close, okay? So this wall, okay, or like there's another wall over there, so that wall right there. So again, means middle. So M, middle, so medium. So Now if something is far, it's F-A, like far. Like if something's, like for example, Dallas is, okay. So skinny, medium sized, fat. Close, medium ways away, far. Okay. So my house, your house, it's close-ish. Okay, so those are the things I wanted to talk about for today. I have a couple of other things.